welcome back again. Today I am doing something kind of unique again. What do you know? Today I'm at a coral reef, but it's in the middle of the Midwest. So a long time ago, this entire area here was completely covered by a really shallow, warm ocean, and it began to develop a coral reef. And in this area you can still see a really unique formation that was partially washed away by the river here behind me, but a really tall rock formation is left behind from the coral reef. It was actually used by Native Americans back in the day as a point to look out over the river and see the traffic that was coming down the river. So let's hike on down and check this place out. So this is called Hanging Rock, and it's because the river has eroded underneath it, and so it has an appearance of just hanging out over the river. So guys, I wanted to let you know too, I think I've mentioned it quite a few times in the past, but I'm not sure if I mentioned this exactly at the beginning of a video, but I also do updates on Twitter. So if you're ever wondering why a video hasn't come out yet, or where I'm going to be going next, or little hints like that, check out my Twitter account in the description below, and give me a follow over there. I'm on there every single day. This is so neat. Well, if you're not from Indiana, it's really easy to think it's somewhere else. Looks like the water level is actually fairly low, which is really lucky because I'm trying to get another location in this area, which is a ghost town that was flooded, and I think the water level might be just low enough to see some of the remains. See just how shallow it is. If I tried, there might even be an area where I could walk across the whole thing. So we have arrived, and this is even more massive than I imagined. If you can really begin to imagine the perspective here, like that's how far I have to hold the camera just to get the shot. Someone's been here recently. See these cool fissures in the rock where it's starting to split apart. I'm kind of wondering if I can find any little fossils. see now why it was used as a lookout. Let's see if we can get the view from the top. Incredible view. My heart is pounding after that climb too. As you can see, such a long ways. It's a tiny little house out there in the distance. You can see we're such a long way down the river. You can tell why it's such a great lookout point. To be very careful because this just suddenly drops off in so many places. I want to try to get around to this other side here too. I think I can go this way. Make sure you're ultra careful if you do stuff like this. Any wrong slip could end in grave injury or even worse. I've had a lot of experience in rock climbing and different things like that, not professionally, but enough that I know what I'm doing, I'm comfortable with it. I know I'm not going to fall. But you can kind of see this uphill battle and how dangerous it could possibly be. And one wrong slip and you're going barreling down this hill right into rocks like this one here. And what do you know? Still seem to be the only one parked and enjoying this location, but it is fairly early in the day. I'm still wondering where the person with the hoodie is. Okay, I'm back down to the main trail that I took in the first time. I'm gonna try and see if I can climb up and get a side view here before I take off and go to the next location. Wow, that is steep. I don't know how easy it's gonna be able to make. It's about the first 15 feet or so is pure slide. Scary thing is, I think I saw someone's thumbnail where it got ripped off from trying to grip on. You can see this loose kind of, I think it's shale maybe. It's not very good for grabbing on. You know, just comes off right in your hands. such a small distance that I covered today. This is actually one of the rougher trails that I've been on in a while, and it's gonna be nothing compared to what's coming up here in the next few weeks, but it's definitely great training. We'll say that much. All right, let's take this narrow little passage here around. Oh, I think I might have hit a dead end. It's a little too steep. If you're ever wondering why it doesn't seem like I'm very careful in places like this for like things like poison ivy, I'm not sure exactly what you call it, whether it's an immunity or a tolerance, but I could walk through poison ivy barefoot and I'd never get any sort of rash. I might pass it on to you, but it's never gonna hurt me. So I've kind of learned to ignore it over the years. I have no idea if I brush into it because it never itches, it never gives me any problems though. If you're wondering, I've seen a few people comment, you know, look out, there's tons of poison ivy right there. But I'd never know if I got it, so I really don't, I'm not too careful. I've kind of just come upon another wall. It's being kind of a simple circular trail. You can see how it can immediately get tricky to get where you want to go, especially when the elevation changes like this. Well, up here at the summit, this is the best place for this. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the journey for more awesome places like this, for great abandoned locations, and of course the big road trip to come here really soon. But for now, this is Hanging Rock. I'm Matt Isaac, and tune in for the next one, everybody. I love you all. Have a good one. Not sure if that is a four-wheeler or a jet ski. Oh no, that is a school bus. Maybe this kid's gonna come back for his Jack Daniels and hoodie. How you doing?